Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz is making his monthly visit to AM Buffalo today to talk about the many things he is busy with this summer. So good morning, sir, and welcome back.
Good morning, Linda. It's my pleasure.
You always seem to come back with really good news, too, Mark, because I know one thing that is top on your list is the creation of the Erie County Medicaid Waste, Fraud, and Abuse Task Force, which is going to save the public a lot of money.
Yeah, one of the things that I found out when I was a county controller for 6 years is we really were not going after the Medicaid program, waste, abuse, and fraud that exists with regards to provider fraud. Now, we go after recipient fraud, which means the individuals who improperly receive it, we go after them and we take that money back. But what we were not doing was going after the providers, the pharmacies, the doctors, the dentists, the transportation services that are taking advantage of the system. Just one pharmacist alone in Monroe County, where Rochester is, overbilled the system by $2 million in a year-and-a-half period. A recent finding in Albany County found a pharmacy overbilling by $1.5 million. That's our dollars. We spend $1 billion in Medicaid on an annual basis in Erie County alone. We need to go after that type of waste. So we were working with the New York State Department of Health and the New York State Office of Medicaid Inspector General to create a Medicaid anti-fraud task force, which is going to be up and running in the next month and a half. We've actually, the best thing about this too is New York State has agreed to fully fund this program. So we are not going to have to spend a local penny to go after the waste, fraud, and abuse that exists in the Medicaid system. So we're going to save taxpayers lots of money by stopping fraud, and the best part about it, New York State's going to pay for it out of existing funds they have rather than us out of our current budget.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to bring that up too. You found a way to pay for this that's not going to cost the taxpayers an extra penny.
Correct, and they already have the funds in place to go after Medicaid waste, fraud, and abuse. So what we're doing is we're setting up a pilot program in which, instead of New York State just doing it on its own, they're allowing Erie County to basically run the program as it pertains to Erie County. We're in the process of finalizing all the documents, or we're in the process of ensuring and hiring the right people for these positions, which are going to be certified auditors running this program, so that we have a solid program to stop waste, fraud, and abuse that inevitably exists. When you have $1 billion worth of a program, people out there like to take advantage of it and do things that are inappropriate. We're going to find that, we're going to stop it, and we're going to ensure we're saving the taxpayers money.
All right, everybody, there's our number, 644-9840, if you have a question for Mark. Let's move on to, with this nice warm summer, everybody is out in the parks, and I know there have been some improvements.
We've been working very hard to improve the parks. We've done a number of shelter rehabilitations in Chestnut Ridge, as well as Emery Park, Como Park. Unfortunately, in the last few days, a few people out there were taking advantage of the system. We had some people break into Emery and Chestnut Ridge Park and steal plumbing supplies right out of the bathrooms. So we had to go in there and fix that. And if anybody out there sees somebody doing that, you need to let us know. You need to let the police know, because we want to catch these folks, because we want our parks to be a safe environment for everyone to enjoy. We've spent a lot of time and effort to ensure that the beaches are open earlier than they've ever been, and they have been lately. We've got people and lifeguards on the beaches, so during these really hot summer days you can take advantage of going to our wonderful beaches at Went Beach and the beautiful beach at Bennett Beach. We're working hard to ensure that these parks are open for everyone to enjoy, and the best part about it is always they're free. You know,
and I'm glad you brought up the theft and the vandalism, because I know they just had a theft at Delaware Park. Someone stole a golf cart. Now, when you do that, you're just messing it up for everybody else.
Correct.
You know, and if you know anything about it, by all means, report that to the police so that can stop.
And so what we're asking is, if people are out there and they see individuals looking like they're doing something a little strange in a bathroom, well, let us know. Let one of the park employees know. Let a sheriff's department deputy, who often drive through the parks, know. Because we want to stop these people. We want to have safe environments and great environments where, if you're going to a bathroom facility, that you don't have to worry about it not being up and running because somebody was trying to steal the accoutrements of the facility, so to speak. We put a lot of money in our parks, and we want to keep them a safe and beautiful environment, and we're going to continue to do that going forward. And I'm very hopeful that as the time progresses, we'll be able to stop this vandalism.
All right, and now on to the phones. And I know you have a question or comment out there. Who's on with us? Hello?
Hi.
Hi, go ahead, please.
Hi, this is Tony.
Okay, Tony.
I have a question about the roads in southern Erie County.
Okay, that was on my list too. Rodent, Erie County. All right, Tony, hang on. How are we doing with that?
Well, we reinstituted the Rodent Control program. If people are seeing rats or other types of vermin in their neighborhood, they can call the Erie County Department of Health, and we'll go out there and with the trained professionals trap the rodents and then dispose of them appropriately. We don't want people going out there and trying to take care of this on their own.
Right.
Sometimes people put rat poison out in their backyard to take care of a rat, and they unfortunately kill a neighborhood dog. So we have trained professionals that go out there and fix this problem. The prior county executive cut it. We reinstituted it with the legislature. Very few dollars are spent on it, and in the first couple weeks alone we had hundreds of calls to what we're affectionately calling the rat phone at the Department of Health. Not the bat phone, but the rat phone.
It's got the light that looks like Mickey Mouse up there.
It's sort of, except these vermin are not like Mickey. They're not smiling.
No, they're not. And they're nasty.
They're nasty, and they certainly can do a lot of harm in the neighborhood, as well as decrease the value of your home. And it may not be on your house. It may be 3 or 4 homes down in somebody else's house where they've burrowed under, but you as an individual can't go in there and take care of it, but we as an Erie County Department of Health can. So Tony, if you're having problems, I would suggest you call Erie County government, the Department of Health, or you can call my office at 858-8500, and we'll ensure that the trained professionals go out there and deal with this issue so that you don't have to deal with it on your own.
Right, and for everybody, please use your cans with the lids. That really keeps them from getting inside, and they get discouraged and they don't come back. So we have one more call. We're going to try and squeeze it in. Good morning.
Hello?
Hi, go ahead, please.
Yes, this is Tom from Depew.
Okay, Tom.
I'm just calling you to say, it's just more of a comment than anything else. Being a disabled person with a handicap, with a wheelchair or a scooter, I find it hard to get into some of the bathrooms because even though they say they're handicapped, you cannot actually move a scooter or a wheelchair into the stall itself, and you have to maneuver around where some of us just can't get out of it. And in order to get into the handicapped bathroom, you have to stand up and walk in. I was just wondering if there could be anything done about that.
Is there any bathroom in particular, any park particularly?
No, just in general. Just there's a couple of them that are good and some that are bad. It's just something that I was just wondering if that could be just, taken at that.
Something to be addressed.
Well, it's something we're aware of. Unfortunately, many of these park facilities were built in the 1930s and 1940s before the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed. If we make major changes going forward in these buildings, we have to ensure that they're handicap accessible. But as Tom noted, there are buildings out there that are, in some of them, almost 100 years old now, that there was never a thought to make them accessible for a handicapped person. So what I would say is, as we go forward and make changes to these facilities, of course, we have to make them handicap accessible. Unfortunately, that takes some time and, of course, dollars to do that. It's something that's on our radar, and I don't want to make it sound like it's not something we're thinking about, but as we go forward, we will be working on it. But when you're dealing with buildings that are 80 to 70 years old, and there were never the rules in place to make them handicap accessible, it makes it tough to change those going forward.
Now, listen, I just want to remind everybody before time is up that the Amateur Golf Championship at Grover Cleveland Golf Course is coming up on July 7th and 8th. There's a few more openings. You can get in touch with the county executive's office, and just nod your head that we're moving forward for the Buffalo Bills lease negotiations.
Yes, we've had good sessions lately.
That's what we love to hear. Yes. Would you come back?
Of course.
We'll see you next month, okay?
Okay, Linda.
County Executive Mark Poloncarz always makes time for us here on AM Buffalo. And if you need some information, markpoloncarz.com. He makes himself available to you, of course, the citizen. We'll take a break and be right back.